Welcome back to another Harry Potter episode. In episode 29, we began our chat about a recent reread of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. There were a lot of questions raised, some events that had been entirely forgotten, and even a conspiracy theory thrown in for good luck. Today we're continuing on with our thoughts and reactions from our Harry Potter reread, and we dive straight back in where we left off, with Halloween, trolls in the dungeon, and the Golden Trio finally coming together.
I wish it was that easy to make lifelong friends, just stun a mounting troll. But that's not actually an easy thing.
It's not that easy, no, and you have to have a bathroom and a troll in the situation.
Yeah, so maybe like having some sort of like adventure with some other people, that would be easier to make friends with, but it'll be great.
Yes.
Yes. That's easy.
What is the line?
Go through a ordeal together and then suddenly you're best friends.
There are some things you can't share without ending up liking each other, and knocking out a 12-foot mountain troll is one of them.
Yes.
Amazing. Yep. This is the scene about two things that I feel like we say often. This is the chapter, sorry. About Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Not Leviosa.
And also troll in the dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just thought you'd like to know.
But he doesn't say that in the book, eh?
He doesn't. It's just...
He doesn't. And it's like the best bit, and it's not even in the book.
Just some of the movie stuff is great.
It is. Yeah. That definitely adds to the awesomeness of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've just seen they've just like run into the toilets, and it says it was a horrible sight, 12 feet tall, its skin was a dull granite green, a grey, its great lumpy body like a boulder, with its small bald head perched on top like a coconut. Like, out of all the things, it's a coconut.
There are some weird descriptions in
why
this.
a coconut and not like a pumpkin, or, you know, something that they would see more often about the place? No, it's a coconut. Can you imagine if Hogwarts, like, you know how they throw, like, Halloween, they do Halloween things, and they do Christmas things, and they do the Yule Ball, and, you know, they kind of have these parties every now and then. Can you imagine if they just, like, suddenly threw, like, a tropical-themed party? Like, just for the heck of it.
A luau.
Yeah, like a luau, like, with coconuts and, like, Hawaiian shirts, but like, can you imagine the decor like being all magic?
I imagine if you could like customize your robe and you could turn it into like a Hawaiian shirt robe.
Yes, like you could change it up depending on the season.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Like you could have like a nice fur trim in winter and turn it into a Hawaiian shirt style.
Put little like orange pumpkins on it for Halloween.
Yeah. I think it's the end of this chapter where Hermione's like, well, I'm going to bed before any of you may have any other ideas how to get us how to get us in trouble. Oh god.
How to get us killed? Or worse, expelled?
Killed?
Yes.
Or worse, expelled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is. Is it this one? Or is it later? At some point.
Because it's after they get back from the troll.
Oh, after they get back from the troll.
Oh, no, it's not. It's after Fluffy. Oh, my God. I've gone so ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to think of, like, what creature was involved with that.
Well, I've skipped ahead, but I will continue with my comment anyway.
Ahead. Yes.
But
yeah.
Basically, I was just thinking, I'm with Hermione. Like, if I got into Hogwarts and, like, was this new witch, like, this cool muggle witch... Well, not a muggle, but like, you know, muggle-born witch. That's the phrase. I wouldn't want to break rules either.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd want to be a goody-good who does all her homework, and I don't understand why Harry doesn't either.
It's because he's too excited. And he's, like, questioning things.
He sticks his nose into too many things.
Yeah.
He should be doing his homework.
But also...
He doesn't bother with his homework, though. He gets Hermione to do it.
Yeah, but also, like, Hermione should have been a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, but she has the guts, like...
Yeah. Eventually she's got the guts.
She grows into it like Neville does.
Yeah. Oh, Neville. I love Neville.
Well, I keep skipping, so if you have anything in between all those things.
All those things between Fluffy and
basically between them, the troll, and the next thing I have is Quidditch.
Yes, I'm up to Quidditch as well. My first thought about Quidditch is I love all the Gryffindor Quidditch team, and I like it how like Angelina Johnson and some of the others, they appear they continue throughout the series, and like they're right there until the end. But my favorite in like this chapter is just Lee Jordan, the Weasley's friend, and I love him so much, and I wish he was more in the books in general. Yep.
I really wish the commentary in the movie was as good as the book commentary.
Yes. Yeah. And I wish he was in it more in the movies as well, because I feel like he's not, like, he's there and he's about.
Is he there after the first book? First movie?
See, I don't know if he is or not.
Because I feel like I'd remember it if he was.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he's not.
Because he definitely is in the books.
Yeah.
But in the movies, because like he would be helping out with like Wizard Weasley's thing. Oh, can I get the right way around? But the double W's.
Yeah.
Double triple W's.
Triple W's.
Wow. Oh, my words are not working today.
Yeah, he would be. So I don't think he is in the movies.
No, that's a shame. He's good.
It is a shame. He's quite excellent.
Speaking of what they also don't talk about in the movies, or that really much in the books, is wizard art.
Wizard art?
Yes. Like...
Please expand.
Like how Dean was really good at drawing.
Oh, yes!
And like, they made the really cool Quidditch banner.
Yes.
Like, that's wizard art. And like how they can make the paint flash different colours.
Yes.
That's so cool. Like, imagine learning that charm.
And how later Luna makes like a giant lion head.
Yeah, that can like roar.
Like, where did she get all that like material from?
I can imagine her like paper mache and like
yeah, right.
Ravenclaw common room,
and like making a mess everywhere, and like taking up the whole floor, and all the Hufflepuffs being like, is she Hufflepuff? Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw's being like, Luna, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, like reading their books.
Yeah, and she's like getting crafty in the common room,
studying, and she's like crafting
she's
everywhere.
Like, Gryffindor's playing. I have to make this giant lion head. Bear with.
Yeah, I feel like she's more of a Hufflepuff.
She is. Yeah, that's book 5.
Let's not get into that. Yeah. Anyway, what position would you like to play? Would you think you would be better at?
I think I would actually be a good seeker, and it's not just because Harry's a seeker. It's because I would be a terrible keeper, just because I would be terrible, and then never, when I was in playing hockey, field hockey that is, American listeners, not ice hockey, they would never put me in goal because I was so bad at it. Also on a broom, and there's 3 goals. Anyway, I would not be a good keeper. I don't think I'd be a good chaser. Being a beater would be fun. I would definitely be a beater or a seeker, but I'm quite good at like noticing things. Yeah. So I think I would be best suited as a seeker. However, could step in for a beater if need be. Yeah.
Great. I was about to say that I probably couldn't be a seeker now because like I'm blind, but Harry's also blind, so that doesn't say anything.
But Hufflepuffs are good finders.
They are good finders, but so is the rest of the house.
That's true.
I feel like
true. Yeah, anybody else could be that.
I'd probably be a best keeper.
Okay, good. Yep.
Because like as a kid, I used to go in goal for my brother when he was playing football.
There we go.
And I was also really good at like when we played like rounders and stuff. I was always good at like the fielding and catching. Yeah. So I feel like that would be my thing. But to be honest, I would be in the crowd because I hate sports. Yes. But if we're picking one.
Yeah, that's true. I would be there with Luna, like, crafting something to support my friends, you know?
Yes, I would be maybe supporting the team, maybe sitting back in the Hufflepuff common room with all the food, but...
Maybe they, like, can live stream it to the Hufflepuff common room for you.
Ooh, that would be good.
Because, you know, now it's 2020.
But they still don't have internet there.
No, but Magic does. They could rig something up, surely.
I don't know.
Because they've got the big screens at, like, the Quidditch World Cup, so why couldn't they just swoosh one to a common room, you know?
Well, technically, I don't think it's that internet doesn't work in, like, Magic. It's that internet doesn't work in, just, like, they can't apparate.
The early 90s? Oh, sure.
like there's the big charm or something over the top of it. Like, internet can't get in, although the router's inside, so I don't know.
Also, it was the 90s, so there wasn't much internet anyway.
Yeah. My next one is Christmas, so...
Christmas was coming.
Christmas was coming.
One morning in mid-December, Hogwarts woke to find itself covered in several feet of snow. The lake froze solid. Okay, quick question. What happens to the squid when the lake goes solid? Does it hibernate?
I mean, he doesn't come out of the lake, so it doesn't really matter.
But if it freezes over, okay, I guess he just stays there, right? That's so cold. I'm like worried about the squid's well-being now.
Wait, how do they...
I bet Hermione would be all over this.
I love that the Weasley twins are basically hitting Voldemort in the face by hitting the back of Quirrell's turban with snowballs.
Yes.
It's just so good.
1000%. It's so funny.
Like,
but I don't think you appreciate that when you read it, like the first time you read it.
Is he actually there though? Like, has he attached himself to Quirrell yet?
I would assume so, because he's a stuttering mess right when Harry first meets him, right? So he's already having to put on that persona.
Yeah, but because he's under his spell, but like, I feel like at one point he was like, oh no, I feel like I'm confusing myself now. Because like, I swear there was a part in the one of the last chapters where he was like, I didn't trust him anymore, so I attached myself to him. But I can't remember if that was actually true, or if I forgot and I made it up, or if that happened before.
Let me just have a look. Here we go.
I don't know. Because he wore the turban to hide Voldy.
But he wears
and he had the turban the whole time, so...
It doesn't say.
I think I'm making it up.
I think you might be making it up.
That's fine. We can move on. So it does mean that they're hitting him in the face.
Yeah, which is hilarious and something that they would do whether or not they knew about it.
Yes.
I want to be at Hogwarts, full stop. But I would like to be at Hogwarts during Christmas time. And I kind of have been, in that when I went and did the Warner Brothers studio tour, it was, I think it was early November. So they had just put up all the Christmas decorations, and so the Great Hall was all Christmassy.
I went in December.
Did you? Oh, it's so glorious. It was so good. Oh, I love that place. Should we go back?
Yep.
Cool,
yep.
Great.
Let's just go back now.
Yeah, we'll go visit Erin and Rhea. Guys, we're taking a field trip.
Yep. Let's hop on a plane.
Field trip to London. Off we hop.
Don't know if actually planes are leaving Wellington because of the wind.
Maybe you can drive to Auckland and we'll fly out from here.
Sure. Is Santa a Muggle thing? Or do wizards have Santa? Asking the difficult questions
They are. Well, I don't know.
Because, like, when they receive the presents, they know who they're from. And, like, they don't say it's from Santa. And, like, the invisibility cloak not having, like, who is it from would be, like, a prime example of being from Santa.
Is Santa in Harry Potter?
Because there's a Santa that, like, skis around the cake in the 5th book.
Here we go. Okay, so I'm on the Harry Potter wiki. Okay. Ron remarks that Muggle perception of garden gnomes resembled traditional depictions of Father Christmas, while real gnomes look quite different. There's a enchanted toy of Father Christmas on a broomstick in Grimmauld Place.
Aha, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. The stuffed house elves' heads on the walls of the stairs leading to the upper floor were also adorned with Father Christmas hats and beards.
Yeah, I think they, like, know he, is a thing, as, like, a Christmas decoration, but, like, they don't believe in him.
Yeah.
Is what I kind of imagine. Like how we would wear Santa hats and...
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, yeah. But then Harry will know about him.
Yeah.
More. That was a really delayed sentence, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it looks like, according to this wiki, it's only mentioned in Chamber of Secrets and Goblet of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And Deathly Hallows. Yeah. Oh, and Fantastic Beasts, the movie. Oh, and Order of the Phoenix, the movie. So, the answer to your question is yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I want to ask Santa for a Weasley jumper.
Oh, same. So, my friend's mother knits. And she makes jerseys. And my dream is that one day I'll show up at their house and we'll all have Weasley jerseys.
Oh, yep.
You know, with our initials. And every year that I'm back down there, I mention this to her. And we've been friends for nearly 21 years and it hasn't happened yet.
Bad friend.
So, you know.
Bad
friend's mother. The mother is the one who does the knitting. Yeah, yeah. She has made me socks, though, so I feel a little bit like Dobby, so that's fine. So, you know,
they have
props to her.
The studio tour has a replica of it, of Harry's, and it's so expensive, but it's so cool. And I'm imagining, like, you're spending, it's like £90.
Woof, yikes.
And I'm like, even if I did, I imagine I'm just going to get it, and I'm going to put it on, and it's going to be like that itchy wool or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no.
Because it'll be £90, but it'll be, like, really cheap quality.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't do that. Like, $180. Nah.
Yeah, it's a no.
No, I would rather...
Maybe we could just, like, else. Get, like, a normal jersey, and then you could, like...
embroider it on.
It on, yeah. Or, like, long stitch it, or hash stitch it, or something.
Yeah. I feel like that should be a project of mine for some time. Although I do have a lot of projects, and they just keep piling up, and I never get around to them.
Now I just want to... And now I'm still thinking about Luna's lion head, and I'm like, how do I make one of those? Cool.
I also love that, in relation to the Weasley jumpers, that Fred and George quote, it's like she doesn't think we'll remember our names. We know we're named Gred and Forge.
Gred and Forge.
I'm like, yes!
Yes!
Second one-liner! Come in!
Like, they're just so excellent. They're definitely the best characters.
Yep.
What are you laughing at?
I'm just reading my notes.
Okay, good.
In one of them, I call Dumbledore a sly dog.
Ooh, you sly dog, Dumbledore. We'll get to that. The Mirror of Erised took me a while to realise that it was Desire backwards. Like, back in the day. Like, now I know. Obviously, not in my reread, but, like, back in the day. But I was quite young. But, yeah, it did take me a little while.
Yeah. Because it's like, I show not what you truly want, or... No. I show not what you want, but what your heart's desire or something.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, it's backwards, so it's Erised. Well, before we get to that, because I have a thing before the Mirror of Erised.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
The restricted section.
Yes.
Is it blocked by a door? A beast? Any kind of magic? No. It's literally just blocked by a rope.
Yep. Just a rope.
I'm like, you're in a school of wizards.
A rope's not going to stop them.
A rope's not going to stop them.
Even a three-headed dog is not going to stop them.
No.
To be fair.
Like, you couldn't even put, like, a little bit of magic on it?
Is it a magical rope?
I don't know. Apparently
not.
not. You can just walk straight past it as long as you're not being watched.
Yeah, I guess so.
But that just bugged me.
Yes, and if it were 2020, then there would be, like, cameras on the restricted section.
And I mean, technically, what's her name? Madam Pince?
Yep,
Pince?
The librarian.
Yep. She would be watching it throughout the day.
That's true.
So if anybody goes in, she would see it.
And Mrs. Norris should get them.
And technically students aren't meant to be after dark, out of bed, blah, blah, blah.
Students out of bed!
So technically, there shouldn't really be anybody in there when she's not there, so she can keep an eye on it, and that's fine, blah, 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 blah. You can show her your note, etc., etc. But,
But yes, a rope. Yeah, that's not going to keep anybody out.
Like, here, cool, you've got a note, let me unlock the door for you.
Here, just step over this bit of twine, children. Oh, you got it. Good, well done, have fun.
Enjoy the deadly books in there that scream at you.
Watch out for that one one's going to eat you alive.
Unless you want it, then go for it.
Yeah, then off you go, yeah.
Anyway, Mirror of Erised.
Yes.
And this is the sly dog comment where I say, Dumbledore totes knew Harry would go for the stone. Sly dog planting the Mirror of Erised for him to find.
Oh yeah, Dumbledore knows all.
I just love the fact that he just knew that Harry would do this, so he just, instead of, like, stopping him, he just helped him.
I know, yeah.
It's like, he hasn't actually met proper old Harry. Like, the last time he saw him, he was a baby, but he suddenly knows all about him and knows exactly what he's going to do, and
That's true, yeah.
Loves him like a child, and it's like, cool, you haven't seen him for the past 10 years.
Yeah, a little bit creepy,
Yeah.
Dumbledore, but also great.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Also, I always wonder what he actually sees in the mirror.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think, it's definitely not socks.
I feel like he'd see Harry as, like, an old man with, like, kids
Maybe.
and stuff. Like, because that's what he kind of is living
Yeah.
for. Is, like, Voldemort's gone, Harry survived, Harry grew old, it was,
Yeah,
you know,
even if he doesn't see himself in that situation, that's what he's hoping for.
Like, that's what
Yeah.
he's living for. That's what his heart's desire is, what he's, like,
Yeah.
rooting for.
But he can't tell Harry with that because that would be super weird and super awkward. So he's just like,
Yeah.
I love me some socks.
It's like, hey, this is our first time we've
Yeah.
actually properly
Yeah.
met face to face. And I'm going to tell you all about how the fact
Yeah.
that you're in my mirror.
Not at all awkward.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. But hey, it does not do to dwell on
True
dreams and forget
that.
to live.
I've just found a snack in my room, so I'm just going to dive into that for a second.
Go for it. Do you have anything else on the Mirror of Erised, or can I move to
You can
the
move on to
second
the second
Quidditch match? I forget this happens, but it's hard to imagine Snape on a broom.
It's so hard. Can you imagine what his hair would do?
Out of all the things Snape does, being on a broom is not one of the things I would imagine him doing.
And it shouldn't be one of the things he's doing.
No, like, I can't imagine. Like, I imagine he would do it side saddle. Like, I can't imagine him straddling the broom.
He'd do it like a lady riding horseback.
Yeah, I imagine him like, oh god, what is it? Oh, do you know how like Mary Poppins rides up the banister?
Yes, like that, but on
Like
a
just
broom.
so gracefully and just like places herself there. That's how I imagine Snape being on a
Yeah,
broom.
I feel like he would have to also like spell his head so the wind didn't like whip his hair around.
Yeah,
Also, I wonder if this is literally the first time he's ever refereed a game.
I think it is.
Yeah, because George is like, when's he ever refereed a Quidditch match?
I also didn't know that other people other than Madam Hooch could do a game, because like they only have like one flying lesson. What does Madam Hooch do for the rest of the
That's true.
year other than do Quidditch matches? I assume they probably have more than one lesson, but
Yeah, but they would only need them in first year, wouldn't they?
you assume so.
But I guess if they were kind of like semi-regular, like even like once a week, because
Yeah,
they
but like you wouldn't need it through
like
the
once a week
entire
for
year. Yeah,
the first
Once
first
a week
term or the
for,
first
like, a
semester,
term.
then she'd have that going for her every single year with the new
Yeah.
students, and should be definitely a part-time employee of Hogwarts.
yeah. Like if Snape's refereeing, you're like basically taking like one of her
One of her days.
8 events of the
Yeah.
season.
Unless she does stuff like, oh, but everybody has their own brooms, right? I was like, unless there's like a broom stable, you know, where she like looks after all the brooms and all the equipment and stuff.
Well, technically the first years have the house brooms, and I guess if you're not in a Quidditch
yeah.
team, you probably don't need your own broom.
Yeah, and nobody travels by broom, really.
No, you don't really use them.
No. So really, the Quidditch, the flying lessons are really to suss out who can stay on and have a ball thrown at them so they can be on the Quidditch team. And if you
Yeah.
don't succeed in that, poor Neville, then, you know, there's kind of no point you ever getting back on one.
No, yeah, it's kind of like preparation for in case you need to go down a trapdoor and catch a flying key.
Yeah. That one time when you're 11
Yep.
and happen
Yep.
to be the chosen one.
Well, technically in the book, all 3 of them do it.
That's true.
The chosen trio.
The golden trio, even.
Okay, yes, we talked about this earlier, but apparently you need to pass to be in order to go to the next year. And like, I did right here. Surely Neville didn't pass everything, but it does clear it out further in the book that he got a really bad potion grade, but because of his great herbology grade, it cancelled it out. Which
That's
not how grades work.
That does not how NCEA works.
that's not how anything works. But maybe that's where Sarah, whatever her name was,
Sally Ann Perks.
Sally Ann Perks. Maybe she didn't pass. Maybe she was just terrible.
Maybe she failed. But then you would think that she would be like a cautionary tale, like later on, like, don't be like Sally Ann Perks who didn't study enough.
Yeah, but I feel like in further books they don't say that you have to pass this year to be able to go into the next year. I think it's only in like the first year.
No, maybe it was something that she threw in there, trying to make it kind of like a normal muggle school,
Yeah.
and then was like, you know
Yeah.
what, who cares?
Although, if you fail I've never heard anybody be put down a year. Like, how do you fail that bad to be kicked out of school or, like, put down a year?
Well, if you fail, like, I don't think you would be put down a year, but you would just...
Yeah.
You'd repeat the year, right? So if you failed, like, year 11 here in New Zealand, like, you just didn't get all your credits to go through to year 12, and you can't leave school yet.
Oh, I meant more, like, in, like, year 7.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is technically year 7.
True. Yeah, it wouldn't work.
And, like, they say in, like, America they were kept back a year. And it's like, does that actually happen?
I don't know. Maybe, like...
Like, in movies and stuff, they get...
I don't know. I guess so.
I don't know. It doesn't matter that much.
But if they did, like, if Sally Ann Perks, like, didn't get through to the next level, if that was the reason... Like, yeah, well, if that was the reason that she left...
Well, it's clear she didn't.
You'd wonder if there was, like, if Harry and Ron and Hermione, like, got to, like, 5th year or something, and then suddenly there was a 6th year who was now in their 5th year class because they didn't, you know, that they were held back a year, and that was, like, be a whole new kind of subplot going on. So, I don't know. It's a mystery.
Yeah. Because, like, if they failed and they're suddenly like, oh, hey, Ginny, I'm in your class now.
Yeah. Or, like, if they're just held back for, like, one topic.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, something that was, like, important. Like, I feel like charms or Defense Against the Dark Arts are important. Like, you have to have these skills to be a wizard, but you don't really need herbology skills.
Yeah.
You know? Sorry, Neville. I know it's the love of your life, but you don't really need them. And you don't need, like, divination or, like, care of magical creatures.
Like the elective
But if
type
it was, like, big ones... Yeah. So if it was, like, the big ones that you actually needed, like, would they keep you back? And repeat just that class. So suddenly you'd have, like, a 6th year in your 5th year.
Yeah.
Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, moving on.
I had a thought about Filch.
Oh, good.
And Filch hates students.
He does.
And basically because they can do magic and he can't, but, like, so why does he work at Hogwarts?
Why doesn't he just leave?
Which is a wizarding school where there are lots of students who are learning magic.
Yep.
And he hates them because they're learning magic.
Yep. Does he have a backstory? Like, he must do, but, like, well, yeah, because why is he...
How backstory do you want a backstory?
Well, I want to know, like, why he's there and how he ended up there.
I don't know.
Because if he's a squib, he would have to have some sort of random connection to Hogwarts to end up there in the first place, unless it was, like, Dumbledore taking pity on him because Dumbledore knew his parents or something. But then you're, like, grown-up.
I feel like Dumbledore wouldn't let him be this mean to people.
Yes, but
if he had a
Dumbledore
choice.
could have probably, like, done a lot better in general around a lot of things. So, you know, I wouldn't put it past him.
But it's like, if you're gonna pick a squib, like, what's her name?
Mrs. Figs?
Mrs. Fig.
One fig.
Like, she would be a great, like, I don't know, a helper in the hospital wing or something.
She'd probably have a better cat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's got, like, 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna Google it. Filch. Backstory. Argus Filch. Okay, thank you, Harry Potter Wiki. Little is known about Filch's early life. He was born to at least one wizard parent sometime before 1951, somewhere in the British Isles. Despite his magical parentage, Filch was a squib, meaning he could not perform magic, and then it just skips right to his career. And it just says, at some point around 1968, Filch joined the staff, succeeding Pringle as caretaker.
Who?
And he waged a constant war against the students and Peeves. And that's pretty much all it says. And then it's just like all the stuff we know thereafter.
Yeah.
But
do you have anything until exams? Because that's my next comments.
my next comment is about Norbert.
Okay, go for it. I didn't comment about Norbert at all.
Norbert is the dragon which came from the egg, which Hagrid won in a game at the pub from a stranger. Yeah. Firstly, I wish Norbert would come back in the later books. He's not in any of the books, right?
No, he's just mentioned.
He's just, yeah. In my notes, I say, please tell me he does, and I've just forgotten. But I don't think that's the case, right? Norbert's just, he's there, and then he's suddenly not there.
Apart from the fact that he turns into a she.
Except for that Norbert, is in fact a girl. But Charlie's friends, so Charlie Weasley is doing stuff with dragons in Romania and has friends. So he has connections. So Charlie's friends are coming to get Norbert from one of the top towers so Hagrid doesn't have to keep him around the school because he's, not allowed it. But surely Hogwarts, Dumbledore would, bend the rules for Hagrid and just have a Hogwarts mascot of a dragon because there's already, a giant spider colony next door, a 3-headed dog, a forest full of centaurs, and Fang, a bloodhound.
Yeah, but you can kind of hide that. I don't think you could hide a dragon.
But that's not the main point. The main point is how Charlie's friends get to the top of the tower through the Hogwarts wards. Because it says they fly in, right? On brooms, despite the fact they're not Quidditch players, going back to our previous point. But, so they somehow get through the barriers on brooms, which seems silly. So there's that. But I also would like to know more about these dragon-saving friends of Charlie's, because Charlie doesn't have friends, because Charlie's barely in the series at all, and I want to know more about Charlie and his life in Romania. So, JK, if you ever want to write a spin-off, I would happily follow Charlie around Romania.
I was about to say, because in this book, Ron stays for Christmas because Mr. and Mrs. Weasley are visiting Charlie in Romania. And I'm sitting here going, but how do they afford that? How do they afford flights?
Don't they win something?
No, that's in the third book, to go visit Bill in
Egypt.
Don't
they go to Egypt? Yes.
Yeah, so this one they go to Romania, and I'm like, duh, apparition.
Yes, they
don't need to sit on a flight.
They just poof there. Yeah.
So it's like, how do they afford flights?
This is true. Well done. But that's because they can apparate from the borough to Romania.
Yeah.
But you can't apparate or fly in on a broom to Hogwarts from Romania or any other place. So that's my question. And also, I just want to hang out with dragons.
Because that's also why didn't they just fly it just outside slightly of Hogwarts and then apparate to Romania?
Well, I don't know. Can you apparate with a dragon?
Why do they have to fly there?
I would assume so.
You can apparate with another human.
Yeah, but there's a lot more dragon for it to go wrong.
Yeah, I guess you can't really share it.
You could get splinched real bad if you're a dragon. And you've got more limbs to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the same amount of limbs, but you've got wings.
But
and a tail.
They were already flying there. Why were they flying there?
I don't know. Speaking about flying to Romania, Harry sends Hedwig off to Romania to send a message to Charlie. How does Hedwig know where Romania is? And how long...
How do owls know anything?
Exactly. See, this was what I was talking about in the last episode about me questioning where the owls...
Yeah.
How do they get their knowledge about
how they
geography
know
and how they know
where they are.
How does Hedwig fly to Romania? And also, I googled this. From Edinburgh, because Hogwarts is supposed to be in Scotland, right? From Edinburgh to the capital of Romania, which name I've just blanked on, it takes about 4 hours, or 3.5, between 3.5 hours, to fly there in a plane.
Planes go a bit faster than brooms.
They go faster than owls, also. So how long did it take Hedwig to fly to Romania, find Charlie in Romania, avoid getting scorched by all the dragons he's working with, deliver said note to Charlie, get a responding note from Charlie, and fly all the way back?
Well, they did say she took a while.
Yes, but I would like to know how long.
At least a week.
Also, poor Hedwig.
Yeah.
I hope she stopped for breaks and mice along the way.
I assume she would have.
Because it's a long way. I mean, it's Europe in general, and Eastern Europe, but still. It's not like she had to fly to New Zealand.
No.
Imagine if owls could apparate.
That would be useful. Imagine if they could use email.
Then they would be pointless. That's true.
Anyway.
That was my Norbert chapter comment. Mostly about Charlie and his friends.
So, is the first year basically the only year they actually do exams apart from the owl year?
No, they take their newts.
Because I swear they always get cancelled.
Oh, that's true. They do. Because do they do their newts?
No, because they don't go back for their 7th year. Even though somehow they become all these professional people
Yeah, that's weird.
with no newts. Hey, you're Harry Potter, you're the chosen one, you can have whatever job you want.
You can do whatever you like.
You killed Voldy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Oh
know.
my god, that just reminds me of that story of the person who had a tortoise called Voldemort.
That is my favourite thing of all time on the internet.
And that they were too scared to say that it was called Voldemort, so they called him Susan. And then it reminded me that Dudley has a tortoise. I was like, maybe he's called Voldemort.
Maybe he's called Voldemort.
He's going to be called Voldemort forever. They might know him now.
I really want a tortoise just to call it Voldemort.
Poor Voldemort went through the, what was it, the roof? What roof of it? I don't know,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When he got angry that Harry got his second bedroom, so he threw his tortoise through the roof of the conservatory.
Oh, the conservatory.
Or the greenhouse. Yes. It was one of those two. A glass roof.
Yeah.
Poor Voldemort. Yeah. Anyway, also related to exams, they finished exams for the year and then had to wait a week until their results were out, but they were still at school. They were still doing school stuff. It's like, what were they doing? Were they like... how
end of year parties, obviously.
Yeah, like, did they bring out the craft table and, like, bring in the giant TV with the video player and put on the movies?
Yeah, they did. That's what they did. Isn't that what you did at school?
Yes, that's what I did. That's why I was like, is this what they do?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, obviously in between fighting Voldemort. Yeah. Because, like, the owls come halfway through, like, summer. Or no.
With their exam results.
With their, like, letters for the next year. It's like, why did they have to wait so long for their owls when they're like their exams would? Why not just send them a letter in their holidays of their exam results instead of having?
It's magic. Why do they need exam results? Why can't they just finish the paper
and it just corrects it and marks it
and it be like B+? Well done. Out you go. You know, like who's marking these?
Oh, imagine that if it like shouts your, it's like sorting out and it shouts your grade out.
You're like a howler.
C-.
Imagine if all the people who failed got sent howlers and they're like, you failed!
Sally Ann Perks. Whatever your name is. Is it Sally Ann Perks?
I still think she died. Maybe she got eaten by the giant squid.
I think she failed. Yeah. So, that confused me. But sure. Oh well.
It's book 1. Things aren't very clear at this stage. There's a lot of questions.
Why everything else is from under the trapdoor. I have 2. I have 2 left.
Nice.
2 left.
My comment when they go for detention in the Forbidden Forest, and firstly, I love how Fang is a coward and Draco wants to go with him, but then Hagrid's like, "Fine, you can take him. Like, he's not going to be of any use to you." I love that, but I also So I was listening to this on audiobook for this section of the book, probably the last half on audio. And it's read by Stephen Fry. And this was basically how you and I got talking properly on Twitter, was when you were listening to these books and we were talking about the pronunciation of some of the words that was happening, including nut being pronounced as knut. Yeah. As in the money nut. Like, who... Anyway, let's not get into that. But how would you pronounce the main centaur's name?
Firenze.
Yep, me too. But except for Stephen Fry calls him Firenze. And I'm like, wait, who the hang is Firenze? Firenze. And it annoyed me so much.
Can you just imagine it though? Like Bane and Ronan are just sitting there like no emotion, whatever, and then
Firenze. And he's like all like,
it's like that like okay kind of gif.
Like he comes in, like swishes his hair and his tail and stuff. Firenze, I'm so fancy.
I'm Firenze.
And Bane and Ronan just have had enough of him.
Yeah, it's like...
Speaking of which leads me to my point, which leads me to what Bane says to Firenze in the forest when Harry is, like, riding on Firenze's back. And Bane is just like, are you a common mule?
Yeah.
And I just love that line and I want to use it in everyday life. And but I feel like it would be horrendously offensive if they didn't know what I was talking about. You know?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. I kind of just want to reply to that with the donkey quote out of Shrek, with like, I'm a stallion, baby!
Yeah. We've like suddenly rewritten the character of Firenze as Firenze, who's like very dramatic.
I imagine him like a little bit like Jonathan out of the Fab Five, like Queer Eye, yes.
Yeah, Queer Eye, yeah.
Like if he was a centaur,
if Jonathan were a centaur
with a lot of sass,
he would be our version of
Firenze.
Firenze
with the hair flick.
Okay, through the trapdoor.
I like the quote where Hermione's like, "What, light a fire? I haven't any wood." And they're like, "What are you on about? Are you a witch or not?" It's like the whole book you've been building these little blue fires.
She's so silly.
So great. It's like, now that is why she's not a Ravenclaw.
And yet she's the brightest witch of her age. This is why.
She's smart, but she's not that smart.
That's exactly why. Also, just before they get down there, and Ron and Harry and Hermione like rush off to find Dumbledore, but they can't find him, and McGonagall's like, he's had an urgent owl from the Ministry of Magic and flew off for London at once. Do we ever know what he was doing? What was that urgent owl?
Wasn't it like Quirrell sent it? It was like a fake one?
As in to just like get him out of the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Also, flew. Did he actually fly or did he apparate?
Well, it says flew off. Also, I can't picture Dumbledore on a broom either.
I reckon he would be side saddle too.
He would definitely be side saddle, and so would McGonagall.
I imagine Snape and Dumbledore both on the same broom, just side saddling together.
That'd be, yeah.
Hair swooshing in the breeze.
Dumbledore's like beard and moustache like flicking in Snape's face.
I also imagine Dumbledore on the back.
Oh yeah,
like arms wrapped around Snape.
Perfect. Can you like draw that for us, please? Can you illustrate that for me?
Oh, I'm sure I can maybe draw
can you please? I'd love that.
With Firenze on the... Oh, imagine that. Them on the back of Firenze.
Yes. Everybody's hair so windswept.
I want to doodle this.
Yeah, please do.
Continue talking while I doodle this.
Okay, well, I didn't really have much to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Because this was when I was, like, trying to finish the book, and so I kept forgetting to take notes.
Wow, horses are hard to draw. Also, why did I draw a horse head? Firenze has a human head.
Firenze, the only thing you have to draw is, like, the back and the rump.
That should be fine. The last point I had was that I don't actually like this last scene with, like, Quirrell and Voldemort, and it actually puts me off watching the film because I don't like it, and it's, like...
In what way?
I don't know, I think it used to kind of scare me.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of just like...
Well, it was, like, all kind of dark and fiery and stuff down there, eh?
Yeah, like, I didn't really like it, and then there's the weird ghost bit where, like, Voldemort comes back as, like, the ghosty thing, and then, like,
and kind of
goes
like,
through him, and...
Yeah. And he, like, falls over in his poor little 11-year-old.
Yeah. Sorry, just drawing Firenze's abs.
Excellent.
Yeah, so, like, I feel like the first movie would be my favourite if it didn't have that scene.
Which is, like, the key scene.
It's just, like, the key scene of the whole thing, but, like...
I think it's very short.
Yeah.
It's, like, this kind of big lead-up. Well, it's not a big lead-up. It's exactly 208 pages in this version. Which is not a big lead-up. But, you know, like, the whole... Everything's quite fast from there.
Yeah.
It doesn't drag out at all. And then suddenly... Harry thinks he's looking at the snitch, but it's actually just Dumbledore's glasses and he's in the hospital wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I love it how Harry, like, wakes up in the hospital bed and he's, like, surrounded by half the sweet shop.
Yeah.
And, quick question, which sweet shop? Just, like, a generic sweet shop? I know I'm getting it particular, but they haven't been to Hogsmeade yet, which means they haven't experienced Honeydukes.
Well, I mean, he must have visited a sweet shop as a kid.
Yeah, but they're all, like, special sweets, remember? It's like chocolate frogs galore.
Well, yeah. You're getting picky.
I am getting picky. But I love it how Dumbledore's just like, they're just tokens from your friends and admirers. I wonder if, like, you know, like, some student who's, like, never talked to Harry in their life just sent him, like, a basket of Bertie Bott's, you know?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the bit that with the toilet seat that we were talking about in the last episode. I believe your friends Mrs. Fred and George Weasley were responsible for trying to send you a lavatory seat. No doubt they thought it would amuse you. Madame Pomfrey, however, felt that it might not be very hygienic and confiscated it. And Harry doesn't even question it. He's just like, how long have I been here? Yeah. He's like, oh, yep, that's something that they would do.
I just wanted to share this with you.
Oh, that is so glorious. Oh, I love it how you put Flick. Also, I love Firenze's abs.
He just how obviously he's gonna have abs.
He's a centaur.
I'm totally gonna draw that like properly.
Please do.
And see how it comes out, and we can have like it can be in the show notes.
Great,
if it
perfect.
ends up being anything.
Free wallpaper.
But yes,
download.
that is all my notes. That is it. That is all my thoughts about Harry Potter.
Excellent.
And the Philosopher's Stone.
So, overall thoughts? Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone reread?
So good.
So good.
5 stars.
So good.
And I finally read my illustrated version.
Yes. Yeah.
I've had it since it came out, but I haven't read it properly.
Yeah. I've definitely flicked through all the pages, but haven't read it cover to cover yet.
I have 2 more to go, and then I will have Goblet of Fire for Christmas, so I have 3 more to go.
Yes. All right.
Whoop whoop. Do a hair flick like Firenze. What did you think? Is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone your favourite of the books? Let us know on social media. Our Twitter is @RantsomReviews and our Instagram is @RantsomReviewsPod. Until next time, happy reading!